Welcome back. Red across the screen. Crypto markets are in turmoil. Is this the bottom of the market? We are going to analyze all of this today. You can see in the 7-day, Solana is down 25%, Cardano is down 30%, Dogecoin down 26%, and many other cryptos are following suit. Some are at multi-year lows. But aren't we in a bull market? Did we reach the bottom? Let's talk about it. Let's understand what's happening in the traditional financial markets, because you guys can also see on this Monday, in the beginning of March or middle of March 2025, we have the Dow Jones down 800 points, the S&P 500 down 160 points, and NASDAQ almost 800 points down as well. So it's not just crypto markets in turmoil, it's the traditional financial markets in turmoil. Let's talk about it. Let's understand what's going on, why we're here, zoom out to talk about the macro, and that really means what is really happening in the big picture. Where are we in the full cycle when we compare where we are today versus previous cycles? And by the way, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. This is a special report on this Monday to give you guys the latest happening in the financial markets. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you want to help support the channel. Click the join button down below to learn more about becoming a channel member, or you can use the super chat in the comments section. So let's get into it, guys. I have seen a lot of worry, a lot of concern as the markets are down double digits across the board in crypto. The stock market is down fairly substantially as well. I mean, Tesla is down $226. If we pull up just year to date, I mean, we were at $430. It's down basically 50% since 1.5 months ago, since the middle of January. And so there's a lot of concern. But what I wanted to make this video today is kind of talk about where we are in the cycle, where we're going in the cycle, and some potential things to consider. Now, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't predict the future, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But when I look at the trends, because I believe in the markets, the trends are your friends. If we're going higher, you'll kind of understand where the trend is. And when we're going lower, that's kind of the trend. And sometimes you just got to ride the wave. And in this recent market turmoil, I think that a lot of us are riding the wave. Granted, there's definitely a lot of concern, and there's definitely not new people coming saying, "Oh, let me go buy some crypto now," right? Because they want to buy crypto when it's at all-time record highs. They don't want to buy crypto when it's down 50% or whatever since the all-time record highs. But when we zoom out and we look at the charting and we look at the trend and where we are in the cycle, this can give us clues or hints as to where we are potentially going. Now, this chart right here is the Bitcoin halving tracker. This shows you where we are this cycle versus previous cycles from the day of the halving. So this chart begins the day of the halving, and all these prices are scaled to 2024's halving. So this, obviously, we never hit a $6 million coin, but if we were at where we were at the beginning of the cycle, based on the 2012 cycle moves from a percentage gain perspective, that's where we would end up at the high. But what you can see here on this top line is the 2012 cycle. The middle line is the second cycle, the 2016 cycle. The third line, the blue line, the lower line, is the 2020 cycle, and this black line is where we are today. So you can see we're about just about a year since the halving occurred, and we still have 3 more years to go, right? But what you can notice here is that every single cycle, we have gone up exponentially less than the previous cycle. So the first cycle, we may have gone up 1,000%. The second cycle, we may have gone up 600%. Third cycle, maybe we only went up 400%. And again, these are just arbitrary numbers I'm just pulling out. I don't know the actual percentages. I'm just kind of giving you guys examples. But you can see it's been less every single cycle. So based on that, I would anticipate this cycle is going to be less than the previous cycle. Now, if we look at these, I guess you would call them standard deviations, but I don't think that they are. But anyway, we're just going to call them standard deviations. You can see in the first cycle, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 4 standard deviations from the first cycle top to the second cycle top. Second cycle top to third, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we had 4, and then we had 6. Now, if I was just to guess, we would probably be at 8 next, right? Which would bring us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, much lower than where we are. So I don't think that's necessarily something to look at, but you can see that we're lower every single time by at least 4 standard deviations. 4 standard deviations is basically where we are at right now, based on this charting. Okay. So to me, it seems highly unlikely we are going to surpass this $200,000 line right here. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that previous cycle back in 2020, I believed this cycle, 2025, we would hit $250,000, $300,000. And then last year in 2024, I kind of changed this to about $150,000, maybe $200,000. And that would put us in line with kind of that assumption that we're going to be lower than where we were in the previous cycle, which would put us basically between where we are today and this $200,000 line, which is $100,000 to $200,000. Maybe we won't even hit that, right? Because we've already kind of stabilized out a little bit. And you can see during the previous cycle as well, during the 2020 cycle, we hit record highs at the beginning of 2021. The highs that we hit at the end of 2021 were barely higher than they were at the beginning, right? You can see it's not like it shot up a lot more. It was basically even with that first pump. So where are we in the cycle? I mean, we're right here. Obviously, we have a long way to go. There's a lot of people who would argue that we haven't reached the peak of the market yet. There's some that would say that we have. Personally, I don't think that we hit the top of the market yet, right? I do think that we're close. I think that we're very, very close because the top of the market is usually hit 12 to 18 months after the Bitcoin halving. Now we're approaching that 12-month since the halving, which was April of 2024. So April 2025 is 12 months, which means that we have 6 months from April. So that's April, May, June, July, August, September, which would, to me, indicate around September, we will potentially either hit the top or the bottom of the market. Which one, I don't know. Based on cycle trends, it's probably going to be around the top of the market. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just am kind of using the macro picture of a presidential administration that is very pro-crypto. We have a Treasury Secretary that's pro-crypto, an SEC chair that's now pro-crypto, Commerce Secretary that is extremely pro-crypto. And so the regulatory environment is changing. And when we look at the macro markets, right, we look at the debt market, we understand what's happening. You can see that year to date, or we'll pull up the 6-month chart, you can see that we had a big run up from about October, end of October, all the way through the end of January, which coincides with the market rise. And then the 10-year yield started dropping since basically end of January, early February, which is around when the market really started to take some dives. Where typically, if you saw the 10-year yield dropping, that could indicate it's positive for the market. But you have the 10-year yield dropping, and now you're also seeing the Dixie or the dollar index dropping as well. You can see the bottom in like end of September, early October in the Dixie in the last 6 months. Then we went up from basically 100 to 110, which is a 10% rise in the Dixie. That's a very large rise, meaning the dollar is becoming stronger than other currencies around the world. And again, that would indicate there's some potential instability. And then look at what's coming. The dollar index has been coming down fairly substantially. So you have the Dixie coming down, 10-year yield coming down, the stock market going down, and crypto going down. So we are in a global macro sell-off event. Personally, the way that I analyze all of this is a market rotation. We talked about this in the beginning of 2021 when we were end of 2021 when we were rotating into the bear market. We saw the same type of dynamics, just opposite. And the market, during these market rotations from a bull to a bear to a bull, typically there's a lot of volatility, and harsh volatility, meaning like you'll drop 30, 40% in a day sometimes, right? And you will gets squeezed. Everybody in the market's going to get squeezed. I remember that even during the previous market rotation when we went from bear market to bull market in 2019 to 2020, Cardano, it went to pre-ICO prices. I believe the ICO price was 3 cents, and it went down to 2.5 cents or 2 cents at the low, which means that anybody who owned Cardano at any point in time was underwater. And then what happened? Cardano went from 3 cents all the way up to $3, which was a 100x. Okay. And that happened over a relatively short period of time. And this happens with a lot of these other cryptos. That's why when I talk about capitulation in these markets, when you see capitulation, typically it's an indicator the opposite is going to occur as well. So if you're capitulating to the upside, then you're going to have a downside move at some point. And if you capitulate to the downside, typically you're going to have a move to the upside. And what does capitulation mean on the upside? That means when your friend is calling you at the top of the market and saying, how do I buy Bitcoin? And you're like, why are you buying Bitcoin at all-time record highs? Oh, I got to buy Bitcoin. I got to buy Bitcoin, right? That's capitulation on the top end. And capitulation on the bottom end is I sold my coin because I was down 80%. It's like, why would you sell if you're down 80%? Just hold it, right? So yeah, I mean, personally, I'm looking at this market. We know Bitcoin had to take a cool-off period. Ethereum, I really don't know what's going on with Ethereum. I think this is capitulation for Ethereum, especially with Solana draining, right? That value from Solana is going to rotate into other currencies, and I believe it's going to rotate into Ethereum and Ethereum-based tokens as well. I mean, if you look at some of these coins, where they are look at Polygon, the number one premier layer 2 on Ethereum. 20 cents. This is multi-year lows, number 44 in the market charts. And so, like, granted, we could be in a bear market or rotating into a bear market. That's definitely a possibility. And it's definitely something that I am, really analyzing on a daily basis. I'm trying to disprove that we are going in a bear market. And I just can't see a bear market yet. It may feel like a bear market, but a bear market is prolonged conditions on the downside. It doesn't mean a correction in the market, right? That's a big difference. We've been in a bear market from 2021, basically, end of 2021, early 2022, all the way through 2020, end of 23, basically. And so, yeah, it's very hard to imagine that we are entering this regulatorily good environment. President, the administration, regulatory environment, these companies that are building within the crypto ecosystem, like everything just seems very positive. So to imagine that all these positive things are happening and that we're going to go and be in a multi-year bear market, maybe it'll be a month bear market, maybe it'll be 2 months bear market, but I think that we're going much, much higher as the market is kind of readjusting, because there's going to be readjustment periods. Even after we go to the upside, there's going to be readjustment periods where we go to the downside. And so I'm not extremely concerned, especially looking at this chart. I am concerned at how high we're going to go and how high people are anticipating, because people are anticipating $2 million, $3 million Bitcoin this cycle. Not happening. Nope. We may get to like maybe $500,000, but the only way we can get there, $500,000 Bitcoin, is if the supply dries up. And because of all of the buying that MicroStrategy has been doing as just the largest public buyer that we know about, there's a lot of private buyers as well that we don't know about. Okay, so all these entities are buying all this Bitcoin. Where are they getting the Bitcoin from? Where is all the liquidity coming from? Now, granted, it could be coming from Binance and these whales who buy in the depths of the bear market and then sell in the bull market. And so they're already in the green by multiples. So they don't care that if they're selling at this price, they don't care, because they're just trading the market up and down on a very longer time horizon. Most other people, they just want us to go straight up, and they're not going to buy or sell really that much at all. So there's a lot of dynamics at play here. But generally speaking, I do think that the market is, I don't know that we're oversold just yet, but I do think that we're getting there. I also have theorized on this channel that, we potentially are entering a new cycle where we will continue to go up straight up over the course of time, and we may not have as harsh of bear markets or as harsh of bull markets that as we've had in the past because of all the institutions that are buying. But remember, a lot of this is speculation. A lot of the MicroStrategy buys is speculation. Government Bitcoin reserves, this is speculation. There's just a lot of anticipation based on speculation. What Trump is going to do, what the SEC is going to do, what this one's going to do. And while a lot of it is bullish, it's just speculation. And so we're seeing a lot of the outflows, right? Because what happened was the market was pricing in a Bitcoin strategy that the US was going to buy Bitcoin regularly and crypto for that matter. That didn't happen. So the market is repricing that, right? They're pulling all that money out that was going in, speculating on that happening, right? It's the same thing with Solana. Solana, people were speculating. This is really important, guys, because a lot of people are like, oh no, Solana just went up because, they have great tech. It's like, no. Solana went up and outperformed every other crypto in the top 50, I would say, top 100 from a percentage increase perspective. And why? Why did it go up from $8 to $260? It went up because people were speculating that during this prolonged bear market after the FTX collapse, that millionaires and billionaires and companies were investing a lot of money into Solana technology that would now be released as we're entering the bull market. Well, part of that actually happened. The technology was released. What was the technology? The technology was meme coins. Meme coins. So think about that. The speculators started buying up Solana, like, yeah, these developers, they were building all this stuff. So it repriced to 150, and then it started to move up again. When it started to move up, what did we see? We saw all this meme coin activity. And then Solana was going to be the network that was going to partner with Argentina for a new coin. And then it was all BS. It was all BS. And once that kind of like speculative frenzy ended, people realized, wait, why are we trading meme coins? What's going on with meme coins? I told my viewers, listen, you can have fun trading meme coins, but you're going to lose. Like, it's basically built in the mechanism. You're going to lose. Even Dogecoin, the premier meme coin, it inflates by 5 billion coins every single year. And they tell you the reason they do that is because they don't want you to hold the coin. They want you to transact in the coin. So they inflate it to incentivize you not holding it. So you're going to lose with meme coins. And after the speculative frenzy in the meme coins, people were like, wait, why are we spending all this money in Solana ecosystem when we're at all-time record highs and the only technology that has been produced is meme coins? And the people who are creating these meme coins are draining the ecosystem of literally, like quite literally, hundreds of millions of dollars. Now listen, I am shocked by the numbers because like who's putting all this money into meme coin? Like where is this money coming from? But second of all, it's like all of this money is being drained from everyday people, right? These people who just want to be part of a celebrity ecosystem or people who want to, be part of a community. And then they get drained for 99% of the valuation that they purchased in for. So this is something that you guys have to really think about, right? What else has been released on, as far as Solana technology? Maybe I'm missing something, but nothing that anybody's using, right? When we look at like Internet Computer, what have they been working on? Not meme coins. Like not meme coins, they've been working on real technology like AI, right? Like self-writing applications. And meanwhile, Internet Computer is number 34 on the crypto markets. Near another AI protocol, same thing. So I don't buy this, Solana has the greatest tech. Maybe they do have good technology, but have they released products that highlight and showcase this technology versus other ecosystems like Ethereum? So anyway, that was a long explanation for basically stating, listen, I believe that there is a corrective phase going on in the markets. Is Solana going to go back higher? Potentially. Is Cardano going to go higher? Potentially. But these are not coins that I want to invest in right now, right? The coins that I want to invest in are the coins that we're talking about on this channel, like Ethereum, that has the technology, it has the interoperability, it has the cross-chain bridges, it has the stable coin integrations, it has people building on the network. Do they have their flaws? Of course. Do they have a new upgrade that's coming up? Yeah, and that's exciting. Are people criticizing and saying that Ethereum's never going to go back up to all-time record highs? Yeah. But does that make me more bullish? Yeah, it does. It does. And listen, Bitcoin, it's going through a corrective phase, right? We hit all-time record highs. There's a lot of speculation, but we're coming back down. Is the bull market over? I don't think so. But I caution my viewers, watch this chart. This is on the Bitcoin halving tracker on X. I think they're also on other social media as well. It's literally just called Bitcoin halving tracker. But check it out and let me know what you think about this chart and how high do you think that we're going to go? Remember, this line right here is $200,000. The line above that is $300,000. And again, we're probably going to be lower than the previous cycles. So what number do you think that we're going to hit? Let me know in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my other videos on this channel. And I'll see you when I see you. Crypto on.